It's been a while since I've remade an old video of mine. Today, I'm going to be remaking my top 10 Mario sports games video. The original is, quite honestly, really poorly made, and my opinions have changed a lot since then, so I figured it's about time I gave it an update. With that said, let's go. Number 10, Mario Sports Superstars. Not a bad Mario Sports experience. Mario Sports Superstars takes the four most iconic Mario sports games, soccer, baseball, tennis, and golf, and creates a collection of all of them, including horse racing, which is original to this game. You'd think having all 5 of these sports included in one game would be incredible, but it's kinda just okay. Each of the sports have been stripped down, which makes for the most basic experiences with each one. It makes sense why they did this, since if all the sports were on par, no pun intended, with the original versions, there'd be no reason to play the original Mario sports games ever again. It just kinda makes this game a one-off is all. A lot of the stadiums sadly aren't unique outside of the aesthetic, but there are some cool golf courses and horse racing tracks to be played. There is lots of fun to be had as the roster is pretty big and the mechanics are relatively in-depth enough to make for a fun game. It makes sense that this game was made for a handheld console since the convenience of playing on the go somewhat makes up for the simpler gameplay. But the thing that has always annoyed me about this game is not being able to choose the team you play against aside from the captains. It's just always seemed like an odd thing to overlook, but I guess it's not the end of the world. Overall, this game has its fun, it just needed to fix up a few details. Number 9, Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. This is by far one of the best Mario Golf experiences out there. You got all the mechanics returning from the previous entries as well as some new features to spice up the gameplay. There's plenty of characters to choose from, all with their own stats as well as many in-depth courses as well. As a Mario Golf game, you'd expect to see many Mario-themed hazards on each course, and this game delivers on that very well. Mario Golf Toadstool Tour will always be one of the most iconic Mario sports experiences out there. Number 8, Mario Golf Super Rush. This one can be interchanged with Toadstool Tour depending on personal preference, but I really enjoy Speed Golf and the story mode. Speed Golf allows all the players to go at once, but instead of automatically being put where your ball lands, you have to run to it as fast as possible. The goal is to get the lowest time you can, and each stroke adds 30 seconds to your time. I think a mode like this is exactly what a Mario Golf game should have. And the story mode is awesome as well. It's not groundbreaking, but it offers a surprising amount of playtime and lets you upgrade your golfer's stats similar to how you would in the old handheld Mario Golf games. I think this Mario Golf is underrated, but maybe that's just me. Number 7, Super Mario Strikers. I personally think the original Mario Strikers is more simplistic than many people would like to admit, but it's by far one of the most impactful Mario sports games ever. The gameplay is incredibly fast-paced and requires a lot of practice to get good at it. Seeing Mario and friends brutally attack each other with slide tackles, bob-ombs, bananas, and much more, all in a spirited game of Soccer 2.0, is everything I've ever wanted out of life. There are some features that could have been added to make this game more enjoyable, like Bowser being a playable character, unique stadium hazards, and maybe a bit more outside of that. Ultimately, this game laid the groundwork for the games to come after it, and it did so perfectly. Number 6, Mario Superstar Baseball. While Mario Baseball is way less intense than Mario Strikers, I think it tops the GameCube Mario Strikers. Mario Superstar Baseball is a really well-crafted game allowing for tons of creativity and freedom when creating your team of 9 Mario All-Stars. The mechanics are exactly how both a baseball and Mario Baseball experience should be. Each stadium is unique and fun to play in for the most part, and the adventure mode is very addicting. While it may get boring after a while just trying to unlock characters from the same 6 teams, it's so satisfying winning over all the players from a rival team and adding them to your own. I don't know how it could possibly get any better than this. Number 5, Mario Super Sluggers. The sequel took pretty much everything from the first game and basically doubled it. There's so many new characters, all of which feel more unique than they did in the first game. The stadiums feel way less annoying and complicated than they did before, and the adventure mode is even more fun now. Instead of just playing baseball matches over and over against the same 6 teams, now you have an entire hub world to explore with challenges to complete and secrets to find as a way of unlocking new characters. We desperately need a new entry in this franchise. Number 4, Mario Strikers Battle League. I know, just hear me out. Mario Strikers Battle League terribly lacks content and could have been way better, especially when compared to Charged. I get that, but I think a lot of people forget some of the cool elements in this game. The main one being Battle Leagues. Battle Leagues are online teams you can join where you compete against other teams. The owner can create jerseys, customize the stadium, and much more. It's a pretty cool idea, it just could have been expanded on a little more. The other cool aspect of this game is gear. Gear allows you to customize each character's stats and just looks cool. The only issue I have with it is in order to buy lots of gear, you have to really grind this game, which gets boring after a while. This game still is a great Mario Sports experience, it's just disappointing that it's missing a lot of the elements from Charged that made that game so good. But I truly believe this game is underrated at the end of the day. Number 3, Mario Hoops 3-on-3. This game needs another entry. Mario Hoops 3-on-3 pits a team of 3 Mario characters against a team of 3 Mario characters in an epic game of basketball. The crazy thing about this game is that it controls entirely using the DS's touchscreen. And it works perfectly! The touchscreen manages to enhance the experience and makes playing even more fast-paced. With the incredible gameplay, amazing courts, and awesome vibe, this game easily deserves to be in the top 3. And, since it was made by Square Enix, there's Final Fantasy characters! That's unbelievable! I'd love to see another Mario Hoops game in the future, because I think there's so much potential for a modern version of the game. Number 2, Mario Sports Mix. This Mario Sports game is also often brushed aside as being too bland, but I heavily disagree. There's plenty of things to do, and the overall gameplay offered is immaculate. The 4 sports offered in this collection are basketball, volleyball, hockey, and dodgeball. Each one is dumbed down quite a bit and only allows for 2 or 3 players on each team, but that doesn't ruin the experience at all. This Mario Sports game should be approached from a more relaxed perspective. Each of the sports offers its own style of fun and shouldn't be taken too seriously. Plus, each sport has 12 stadiums to choose from, and all of them are really fun. You can't go wrong with any of these for the most part. And since this game was also made by Square Enix, there's Final Fantasy characters once more. And Slime from Dragon Quest, because why not? Say what you will about this game, I think it has more content than people give it credit for. Number 1, Mario Strikers Charged. It doesn't get any better than this. Mario Strikers Charged is 1000% the definitive Mario Sports experience. From the diverse character stats, to the well-crafted stadiums, to competing for the Striker Cup, this will always be my favorite Mario Sports game. It appeals to Mario fans and sports fans alike with its intense gameplay and delightful strategic focus. I still pop in this game on a regular basis to turn my mind off and have some dumb fun. If you want to hear me say more about this game, I've talked about it a lot on this channel, so I'm sure you can find a video you'll enjoy. And there you go. I think this list is far more agreeable than my last one. And apologies to the Mario Tennis fans out there, I just don't think those games are good enough to crack the top 10. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing as it really helps me out and means more than you know. I'll see you all next time, but until then, keep being awesome Nintendo fans.